So today, building on the theme of community, I'm going to talk to you all about leadership, inspiring others, and simply showing up. So I'm going to tell a little bit of a story for you today. So what is leadership to me? It's genuinely showing up. I have spent my life showing up when it counts, and even more importantly, when it doesn't. Once I spent my mornings in the school cafeteria with a kindergarten student who didn't want to go to school. We spent time eating blueberry yogurt and talking about such things as rocks and cartoons. It took us about 3 weeks. She eventually felt fine going to kindergarten. She's now my bank manager. It's kind of cool. Yeah. My point is it's not always the big things or the big people. I am a leader, not because I am anything special, but because I take the time to genuinely be with people. When you listen to understand, you can speak to be heard. At first, I wasn't going to share negative aspects of my life with you today. But unfortunately, or fortunately, they built me into who I am today. Throughout my high school years, I didn't fit in. We had very little money, and we lived in an area that did. I had undiagnosed dyslexia and had no parent involvement. I wasn't necessarily bullied, but I never really fit in. I stayed in the back of the room, and the back of all conversations. I could hardly read or write when I graduated from high school. I remember vividly the day of my graduation. Everyone was getting awards, and then they called me up and they gave me a book. The irony was not lost on me. It was a book. Through experiences like this, I learned perseverance. I learned that I didn't want anyone else to feel this way if I could help it. I wish someone would have taken the time to show up for me back then. So, what I'm giving you today in this Ed Talk is a reminder that you matter and what you do matters. It's easy to get bored, frustrated, or just plain compliant. Please use this talk as a gentle nudge to do better or to keep up the good work. Find your mission or find your mission again. I worked in the education field my entire career. My mission has been varied, to say the least, but in general, my goal has been to provide a safe place for people to seek support, ask questions, explore what interests them, and to work through whatever it is that they're working through. The goal really being nothing more than hopefully bettering their lives in some way. You never know which moment could make a difference. All right, so let's talk about nudging. What does that mean to you? To me, it means little moments that add up to big things, or little suggestions that lead to big thoughts. I worked as the school secretary for 20 years in a small public school. The principal at this school was instrumental to who I am now. He was there when it counted, and he was there when it didn't. He believed in me, he listened to me, and he guided me. For years, he told me I could do it, no matter what it was. So at the age of 37, after many nudges, I took my first college course. I was a first-generation adult college student who managed to open the big doors of education, starting at our community college. After 7 years of hard work, I managed to pile up 3 degrees, culminating in a Master's of Education. Along the way, I found other valuable supports. My college and my educational opportunity counselors, my instructors, and my younger peers. Since then, I've worked for the community and the state colleges that I attended, as well as the Vermont Student Assistance Corporation, supporting students, instructors, and counselors, helping students make their educational dreams come true. To summarize, all these people showed up for me, and now I do. So there's showing up, and then there's really showing up. Being your authentic self. The definition of authenticity according to Merriam-Webster is not false, true to one's own personality, spirit, or character, worthy of acceptance or belief. I work hard to show up authentically, not always an easy thing to do. And not always an easy thing for others. It can be easier just to tell people what they want to hear, or to just stay silent. Makes things a lot simpler, right? No one gets upset, less effort on your part. But really, is that the case? When you tell someone what they want to hear, or don't take the time to listen and respond accordingly, you're wasting their time and yours. Hard conversations are learning opportunities. All conversations are learning opportunities. I teach a course called Assessment of Prior Learning at the Community College of Vermont. In this course, students create a portfolio of what they've learned through life experiences. It's one of my favorite classes, a class that I took. With my guidance, these adult students examine their lives, extracting all the little things. We spend a whole semester learning, leaning, and celebrating each other. I wish everyone had the opportunity to examine their lives to this extent. By taking the time to explore all that we have done, we have the opportunity to recognize our potential and further our work, analyzing our past experiences, realizing our worth and impact on the world can help us define our next steps in life. Our stories are important and our experiences matter. Speaking of stories, do you share your stories with others like I am today, or like I do when I teach? I find this another way to provide little nudges. If I can do it, you can do it, sort of thing. When I was first asked if I wanted to speak with you, I thought, what do I have to share? Then, after spending time putting my thoughts down on paper, I realized that once again, I needed to show up. My words may not be anything profound, but I hope that after you've listened to me, you can celebrate yourselves. All the little moments, the nudges, and the times that you showed up. Thank you, everybody.